can see them diving in from the south end of the flight line, right here and now. Pair of very light aeroplanes. And what will surprise you when you see the performance of these aircraft is the fact that these are home builds. These are kit-built aeroplanes. Designed and manufactured. The kits are manufactured by the American company Vans. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Vans RV8s, the RV8tors.
So you could go along, purchase one of these aircraft and build it in your garage, could you?
Exactly right.
And how long would it take to build one of those aircraft?
Well, I looked at the brochure, and it says 1,500 hours with a reasonable degree of tool skills. Sadly, I don't possess a reasonable degree of tool skills. So that'd probably be nearer 3,000 hours for me, I think.
And that comes complete with the engine and everything?
Yep. I believe in America you can pick the kit up for about $12,000. Now, if you consider that's the price of a good second-hand family car, you can have your own aeroplane. And as you can see, single-seat aircraft, nice bubble fighter-type canopy sitting on top there. So the pilot's got a magnificent view. If you do feel like it, ladies and gentlemen, do give them a big wave. They can see you very clearly out of those canopies. And what you get in the kit is basically all the wing ribs and the wing spars, all of the plastic, the carbon fibre and glass fibre pieces pre-manufactured. What you've basically got to do is glue and nail it all together. Yeah, it sounds weird, doesn't it, when you say it like that?
Especially when you say you nail it together.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Kit-built aircraft are becoming incredibly popular because it's a way people can actually afford to fly. And what a lovely thing to be able to say you do.
Isn't it just?
Not only fly, but you fly an aeroplane that you actually personally built. Staying in echelon formation, pulling up to the vertical. The interesting thing about this kit is that it's capable of accepting a wide variety of the Lycoming flat-4 engine. You can drop anything from the 120 horse right the way through to the 240 horse engine in there. What that actually does isn't so much change the performance of the aeroplane so much as change its fuel consumption. Most RV8s are built with the 180 horse Lycoming because that's the perfect balance between power to give you the kind of performance you see here. They're able to fly those big sweeping formation manoeuvres, and fuel consumption, which means you've got the range to go on a trip somewhere, maybe down to France for the weekend, something like that. What a lovely thing to do. Vans, of course, not only build the RV8, they supply a wide variety of kits, 2- and 4-seater. Aerobatic aircraft, trainer aircraft, tourers, all kinds of things. It's very interesting. Local historian Bob Collis actually points out in the programme that this year sees the 100th anniversary of the first visit of an aircraft to Lowestoft. Now, aircraft in those days, back before the First World War, there were a huge number of aircraft that were supplied as kits. Louis Blériot, the first man to fly the Channel, you could build a kit of his Blériot 11. Alberto Santos Dumont with a Demoiselle, that was actually built out of bamboo.
So kit form aircraft is not...
Goes back to the beginning of aviation. It's nothing new. It's just in these days of health and safety. Yes, we have to have health and safety. Yes, we do. People think home-built aeroplane equals dangerous. No, it doesn't.
It's not so, is it?
Absolutely not. Home-built aeroplanes are... Well, put it this way. If you've actually built something, you know where all the weak points are, don't you? So you know how the stresses are going to affect the airframe. So you've got a much better idea of the limitations of the airframe you're flying than possibly anybody else. I think they're a lot safer. Actually, talking of kit-built aeroplanes, I did mention the Alberto Santos Dumont Demoiselle. It's a lovely little thing. You actually sat under the wing between the wheels, with the engine perched up ahead of the wing in front of you. You know what the brakes were? Right? They gave you a pair of gloves with a steel insert along your thumb and along the palm of your hand, and you actually gripped the top of the tyre. That was your brakes.
So obviously we're being pretty green here today with the smokes trailing there.
Very green. Yes, health and safety again. Doing our green thing for the environment. Yeah, what used to happen was that to get the white smoke trail, you'd pump just plain old diesel oil, dirt, into the red hot engine exhaust, and of course it vaporises, leaves behind the characteristic white smoke trail. As the team do a very deep break here off the end of the Claremont Pier. Alistair Kay going off to our right as you look at it. And here's number 2, Andy Hill, going off to our left. Pulling up into the vertical for a half loop, rolling out back down the diving 45, running together for what should be quite a fantastic photo opportunity as they cross right in front of us. Nice close cross too. Now moving away, they're going to pull up to the vertical. Now they're on the B axis. The B axis runs towards and away from us from the middle of the flight line. A axis runs right to left. Pulling up to the vertical, doing a flick roll at the top of that loop, and then continuing the loop. That's called an avalanche, is what we call that manoeuvre. A loop with a flick roll at the top. Back up to the vertical so you can see quite clearly as the aircraft go into their stall turns. There you go, beautiful. Now, home-built aeroplane that can fly all the major aerobatic manoeuvres. Not bad. Not bad at all. I mentioned Bob Collis, by the way, and the Lowestoft Aviation Society. And one of the things we'll talk about when the B-17 is on is Bob's book, because that features the air war over Lowestoft. And very good it is indeed.
And incidentally, if you want to see, you want to catch a glimpse of Bob Collis, you can see him at the BBC Radio Suffolk stand that we've got on the prom here today, the marquee, and I'm sure he'll give you more details and information about the history of aviation in
If you got a copy of his book, or the programme even,
absolutely,
a lot of the programme.
Get him to sign it for you.
Get him to sign it for you. A fine opportunity and a good reason to visit the BBC. Yes. I'm sorry, I'm so used to you posh types. Now, as you can see, the team have rejoined from their solo manoeuvres back into echelon formation. As I said, 180 horse flat four Lycomings gives this aircraft a top speed of, would you believe, 230 miles an hour. Not bad.